our exam, these questions were asked, the retail and one, and we were solving it in 10 minutes. Wonderful algorithm. Okay. Talking about the business analyst again, right? In business analyst, you need to mine through a lot of data that customers feed by, come up with segmentation, and then come up with something called as a sentiment analysis. First, it starts with sentiment analysis, where you're trying to understand whether the customer likes this or doesn't like this. That's number one. Then the next thing comes is what kind of market that bucket analysis that you do is done by using clustering techniques. Right? So as a business analyst, you need to be updated with what are the recent trends in fashion. Okay, and since you cannot read all of them, so you require AI and nowadays GenAI. Okay, and we'll look at one of the examples where let me. Can you go to the another PPT? So before coming for this session, I was trying to read something about fashion technology, understand what are the challenges that you face in fashion technologies and so on. So that's okay. There's one.
Which one? There was one more PPT I had shared. To the one, right? Don't worry. Let's show this one. Yeah.
So I try to see what are the challenges that you see in the fashion industry and design industry, and that called it out in the previous session. That fashion is the second most polluting industry, right? And there is a company in US called the Waste Management. We were discussing during tea break and lunch. This company only operates on managing your waste. They have got, they don't use a lot of fuel stations. They produce their own fuel from the waste. Okay, and their job is only to pick waste from different parts of the US, and they have the highest number of fuel stations. They have their own gasoline stations. They have the most advanced GPS tracking system in their trucks. And this I'm telling you something which I was working almost 10 years back. So 10 years back they had all of this. Okay. So where is the this one is taking some time to warm up. In between I can take up some questions. What do you guys want to become?
ನಾನು ಲೈಟ್ ಇದೆ ಇದೆ
Any thoughts? People sitting on the back. What is your objective after finishing your graduation? What are you planning to become? Which is that problem that you want to solve?
ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ
Yeah. People on the back. I'll call up names whom I cannot see. Somebody from the middle, last row. What is the objective? You prepared. I'll need the answer. This side. Which one? Um, what is that color? I'm not very good at color. This is orange color shirt. Yes, sir. What do you want to do after the final graduation? Yes, tell me. I can't hear you, but I'll ask this answer. I'll get this answer. And we'll have the mic. Okay. Game development. Game development. Very nice. So game development, in game development area, we use something called the reinforcement learning and adaptive learning. Okay. So where based on how the opponent is playing, you can change the levels of the game. And it is done by using a reinforcement based learning. Okay. So that's another algorithm that you have it in AI. Okay. So that's where when I say AI is something which is everywhere and nowhere, right? It is like an electricity. It is there in this room. Everything is operating with electricity, but we are not understanding the importance of it. It is something which is everywhere and nowhere. That's what Dr. Michio Kaku keeps saying, that it is something which is everywhere and nowhere, right? So you tell me any domain, I'll tell you which algorithm is being used inside a domain. Okay. So so was trying to understand what are the challenges that you have in fashion industry. First thing that I came across is the sustainability, which I talked about a lot. Okay. Then there was the labor practice was another area. The third thing is inclusivity in fashion industry, and then comes technology which are used in fashion. You know. So do you know who created this PPT? Do you know who created this PPT? Yes. This PPT that you see here is created by AI in less than 1 minute. And I've asked AI just one simple question that, generate me a presentation which talks about challenges in fashion industry. And it has given me this slide, okay, in less than 1 minute. Okay. Now, going back to my original slide. So this is the power of AI. And this is just the beginning, by the way. It's just the beginning. Okay. The fun is about to come. Okay. The major fun. So, by the way, this deck is written by writing a code. Okay. The background that you see, I've written code in a very famous platform which is used by researchers called as LaTeX. The whole deck is written writing a code in LaTeX. Okay. This is a color combination as a thing. So when I was, if you look at AI, I was trying to look at what are the number of research papers which are published in AI, especially in decision making, because with a new large language model, it has an ability to take decision on behalf of humans, right? So since 2020, there are more than 500,000 articles which are published and available on Google Scholar, where AI can make decisions on behalf of you. Okay, so that's the power of Gen AI. The second is Gen AI nowadays is integrated in every industry. Okay, whether it is fashion, we saw fashion industry. In my organization, in one of the solution that I am, leading, all the emails, the customer support emails are read by AI. Okay. Recently, we experimented with Gen AI, where AI can make a phone call to a person sitting in a warehouse, asking that, sir, I have not received this order. Can you tell me when this order will be received? And that person, a human being, comes back and says that, I did not listen to you. Can you repeat again for me? So now AI understands that maybe my previous sentence was very long. Take shorten of the sentence and then say that I'm asking about this purchase order. Can you tell me when will it be delivered? Now, in some cases, a warehouse person will say that, can you hold on? I'll come back in another, 1 minute. The AI will hold. This is something that we have built. It's already there. My team has built it. Okay. And the AI will wait for 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then the person will come back and say, yes, I will get it delivered on this particular day. And then he says, yes, thank you. The AI now has an ability where it can do all of this. And this is happening from teams like us, the mini team in US and all that built even wonderful models. This is something which is done by our team. Okay. And you know who did it? My team who built this comprised of people who have 1.5 or 2 years of experience. Another person has got just 4 years of experience in the industry, and they are the ones who built this. So that is an expectation that we have from you guys. When you guys pass out, get into colleges, our expectation is this. When I come back and tell you, I want to target a fashion industry and I want you to come up with innovative idea and have the deck ready. I want it to be done by the end of the day. All ideation, thought process, everything done in this one day, right? So with this Gen AI models, these are all possible. It can do it. Okay. And I'll run through some examples. We'll see how the laptops can get connected. I'll show you some of the examples. Okay. Now, if you look at, fashion industry itself, which is here, the generative AI is expected to add $150 billion, okay, in revenue to fashion industry. That is a McKinsey report in next 3 to 5 years. Okay, it's a big number, very big number, right? And it also throws a lot of opportunity for entrepreneurs who want to come up with their own companies. Like waste management is one of the areas, right? How can we handle waste in fashion industry, right? So a lot of things related to virtual reality, computer vision related problems that can be leveraged here, right? And I'm currently working with another company. BMW for their marketing and advertisement industry, they're using generative AI now. Okay, so somebody comes and says that I want to generate an advertisement for X5, the car from BMW, on a beach. So I want you to have an image of X5 standing on a beach, and AI is able to generate that kind of images for you. Okay, so that's the power. In many of the cases, we are able to detect what are the objects which are there in the image. Okay, and based on that, we are able to say that whether this image, what is the originality or origin of this image, right? Whether this image suits to my requirement or not. So we have these kind of models available. Okay. Not only in fashion designing, nowadays AI is also used in skincare. We saw the virtual mirror, right? So I was working with a store in Dubai, and I had traveled to all the way from India to Dubai to meet their CTO, Chief Technology Officer, and we had proposed this. You know, not now. This is something that I proposed to them almost 9 to 10 years back. So 10 years back, people were already thinking. We are seeing it now. So when I was pitching to the client at that point of time, 9 to 10 years back, that time they were already, looking for these kind of solutions, right? So somebody can walk into the store, they can go in front of a virtual mirror. And by the way, we built it 9 years back. There was a POC that was built by our team 9 to 10 years back, where you can use this virtual reality and can say which clothes will suit well on you. Okay. So now, as student, I was working with Changing design. How AI can help you? How AI can help here in changing desires? Take a mic and speak. You guys have to speak. Until unless I'm satisfied that you guys have learned, you're not going home. Okay, so everybody please speak. Because I'm sitting here, okay, I have driven all the way from Bangalore and I have a record of driving 7,500 kilometers in India for 14 days with family, including my parents, right? I drove for 12 days continuously from south to west to east, east, north, and came back. Okay, so I have that capacity to drive late night, and next day morning I can be, and I've done it with bike as well. So I drove for 10 hours on a bike, non-stop with three breaks, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes from, and we lost the way. Google Map was not working. And after 10 hours of a long drive, next day I was in the office. Okay. And I work minimum 12 hours in a day. Minimum 12 hours in a day. And I've been doing it from last 20 years. I work for, earlier I used to work for like 17, 18 hours. And now I have reduced like 12 to 14 hours in a day. Okay. Yes. What can we do? We have 2 sessions. Wonderful sessions. What can we do here? It's okay. Okay, I'll repeat for you. Hmm. Okay. What is? How can you use AI there?
Considering the external factors, we
Hmm.
need to think how the mind of people, different customers would work,
Hmm.
and we have to think the design or the project.
Good. So we have a wonderful idea from here. This side is still winning. They're not getting answer from this side. So he's talking about knowing the customer behavior using AI, and I'll tell you how to do it. That is my part. What else? I'll start giving mic to people now. I'll choose people. Anybody? You already have points written here. Just tell me what is the challenge that you see from fashion industry. There are challenges already mentioned. Just need some ideas. Can you use AI? Cannot use AI. I will answer for you whether AI can be used, it can be leveraged, it cannot be leveraged. What else? So in the customer segmentation that you mentioned, right? So let's take an example from Amazon, Myntra, or Flipkart, right? There is something called as screen time, right? How much time somebody is spending on a particular product, right? How many clicks you have made. So that's called as a click stream. And what is your screen time on a particular product? Based on that, you can come up with a solution or a recommendation saying that maybe you're interested in this kind of product, right? So that is done by using the clicks, screen time, okay? And to have a better recommendation, we also use something called as a feedback from the earlier customers who have bought. So let's say they did not had a good feedback about a product. So that can also be used to see whether I should be recommending that product or not, right? So that's already done by using the AI. It's a very good area. Okay. What else? Anything else? Because if you guys don't answer, then I'll have to ask AI. I'll have to ask AI what are the challenges in this area and what can be done. So we discussed about humans not getting replaced. Don't give us a feel that humans can be replaced, right? Otherwise, I'll get a feel that AI is doing a better job than the students and the humans here, right? Because I'm going to ask these questions to AI, by the way. Okay, he's just checking whether I can give a live connect. I have access to some of the LLMs, which is an early access. Okay, and that PPT that I showed it to you from one of the large language models. Okay, anyone else wants to pick up? Hmm? Sorry, size and fit. So we were discussing, during our, breaks. This is a very important area. If you are able to solve this size and fit issue, you can reduce the waste, right? So there are multiple things that can be done here. Okay, you can come up with many, ideas, and you can form companies as well. One of them is using a virtual reality. Okay, I take a photograph. I know what size the person is, and I do a fitting and see whether this color, this design would look good on you or not, right? And also come up with a recommendation saying that, I see a lot of people are using this kind of a design who are fat and this kind of challenges. So this in itself is a very big industry. A lot of companies are already doing it. There are products available, and there is a scope to come up with new products in this area. Okay, you have to also look at problems of law of the land. Right, if you go to certain countries, things are not allowed. Certain things not allowed. So your model need to adhere to all of these standards. Right? Are we good to ask AI, or you guys still want to give a try? What do we have next? Okay. Let me then get into the skills which are required. We'll use this as skills to ask this question to AI. Okay. First is you have to learn prompt engineering. I've given a reference here of it's a wonderful site which teaches you prompt engineering. Okay, you need to build analytical and logical thinking skills and start using ChatGPT. 3.5 is available for free. 4 is wonderful, but it is very costly. 3.5 is partially available for free, and I'll show you. Okay, and then start reading. Pick up one area, form a smaller group. You know how Ather as a company was started. Electric scooty. Where did it start from? Huh? It's a very nearby area, near to this place. Huh? It has started from Chennai, IIT Chennai. And this person who started Ather was a master's student in IIT Chennai. Okay. The person who did the marketing was an MBA student in that college in IIT Chennai. I know that person personally who did the marketing. The first marketing for that for Ather scooter was done by a person who worked with me in Wipro. Okay. It started out of a college. There are other IIT Chennai students, since it is near to the beach, so they have found an opportunity there. They found that there are certain kind of a plant which can be used to cure certain problems. That plant can also be used as an alternative to petrol. So first, to sustain their company, they are using that plant to sell some medicine on Amazon, and they are also planning to come up with a new fuel for vehicles. These are all college students, right? When I started my first company, I was first employee of a startup company, then became one of the co-founders. It was after my college. I started a company in AI way back, 19 years back, after my college. And before that, I was working as my final year project. I was breaking the JPEG 2000 algorithm. So they had come up with an image and compression algorithm, and my job was to break what is the patent and can we come up with a new algorithm. This is what I was doing in my final year of engineering. Okay, and during my second year of engineering, since I like Linux a lot as compared to Windows. So there are certain commands. For example, there's a listing command, ls minus l, to list all the files which are present in the directory. So I wrote these commands on Windows machine because I like that ls command in Linux. Okay, and so we used to do something at a kernel level. You need to build that kind of a skill for possible, right? Pick up a domain, come up with ideas. Inside a college, have some ideation sessions, right? See how can you disrupt this industry by using AI. Then only it will happen. Our company idea started when we were in our college. During my final year of my engineering, that was when we had come up with an idea to form a company in this, right? And then I got an opportunity to work in IIT KGP for almost 2 years, and then with another professor who retired as a NITI Aayog head, and that is when I learned AI. Okay. So, and important is as a computer science student, focus more on the concept. See how these algorithms are working. As a fashion technology designer student, see how these algorithms can be leveraged to solve your problem. Okay. So pick up programming language, pick up Python. It's a very easy language. Okay. Very popular. Focus on mathematics, statistics, focus on concepts in machine learning, right? And then neural network, see on data handling, okay? 70% of the work that data scientists do is on data pre-processing, okay? So build up that skill, learn SQL, it's a very basic, right? SQL, learn that, learn NoSQL, right? So these skills you acquire. Then build that habit of thinking like an algorithm, how that algorithm is working, right? So yeah, and then if you're advanced, you can get into things like natural language processing, computer vision, and then comes with AI model understanding and so on. Okay, so these are the skills that you need to acquire. Okay, and then ethical use of AI, problem solving, continuous learning. These are the skills, and let's get into prompt engineering. Okay. prompt engineering is, I would say, is an art and a science, or it is our next, job title. So in future, we'll be called as a prompt engineer. We'll be called as a senior prompt engineer. So this is a new, job title that will come up. Okay? Now, what is required? These are the components in a prompt engineer. Okay. First one is called as instruction. What is the instruction that you're giving it to the GenAI? Okay. The second one is the input data on which it need to process. The third one is the context. Okay. And then finally, if you want an output to be structured in a certain format, you give the output format, and then finally the output is shown like this. Okay. Now let me see if I can.
I want to log into a website. Okay, wait. Stop sharing. Can you connect my laptop with LAN and this? Huh? Can you? I'll give it to you. Where is my laptop? Connect this one. I've kept it here.
USB.
HDMI.
Okay. Internet work Wi-Fi hotspot.
Have you guys heard about prompt engineering? What is prompt engineering? That's what I told you. What is? Right? Yes. So yes, this is the prompt. Guys, I'll have to sit there, and people who are sitting in the back or people sitting in the front making noise, I'll ask you questions. Yes. Guys, I'm picking up this one. Okay. And this is a live demo that I'm going to give it to you. I don't know what AI is going to give me the answer. Okay? So unnecessary textile wastage. Okay. We'll ask AI, how can we solve this problem? Okay.
Hotspot, can you?
You had given me internet now here. This one.
Yes, sir.
This one.
Yes, sir.
1360.
1229.
What is this? My phone.
Connecting to internet. Give me a sec.
Look, hotspot. Happen.
You got it. You got it.
Guys, can you hear me? This is what AI is generating for you. I was asking this question, nobody answered. This is generating it. You have to scroll down. I tell you. See, this is what AI is generating. So, I have a question. Okay. So this is what the AI has generated. It is saying that we can implement sustainable production practices, right? I have asked a question, how can you solve that, reduce that waste on that side? It is telling me the first thing is by implementing a sustainable production practices. I can ask more question on this. Right? It can tell me what are the models that then promoting a circular economy initiative. So circular economy is another one, right? Third one is by educating the customer. There are multiple business ideas in this. How can you educate your customer about the new trendy device? Okay. Then comes the collaborating with different industry stakeholders. That's another. Then the regulatory and policy measures. We can also have a policy in place to reduce the wastage. For example, you cannot burn it, you cannot dump it. You have to come up with a product which can recycle. Okay, that's another. Can you start out? So by implementing the combination of all of this, you can reduce the waste in this industry. This is what we are doing. Okay. Any other question you want to ask? Any other question? Let me show you one more. I am asking the Genia to generate me a presentation. I don't know what it is today. Let me. I'm on my mobile network. So I've asked him to generate a presentation on waste management in Israel. Let us see what he gives. Okay. It will take some time. It's gonna low bandwidth. Let's see. Similarly, you can go to a Word and you can ask AI to generate a quick, paper on waste management. Yeah, wait, wonderful. This is what AI can do for you. Right? And by the way, this presentation also has an animation. Okay? Somebody show this presentation. this is running. Did you notice this? This is what AI is running. And I am showing you live. Go to the next slide. See the color. This is what AI can do. Right now, this model is not released to everybody in my company also. Okay? And I got an access, early access to test this model. It is talking about recycling, upcycling, lean manufacturing processes, right? Reducing water consumption. Even I didn't know that there is a water consumption that happens in textile industry. So it is telling me that you have to reduce the water consumption, chemical management, and so on. If you go to the next slide, where is it? So it's talking about 3D printing, right? And whatnot. Just show all the slides that is generated by AI. So you have to come up with innovation on dyeing and natural ideas. These are all, ideas that you can use to form your own company, come up with your own company. I've come up with such a nice slide. Right now, correct? Any questions on this? You guys are done? No? It has taken images from multiple places. It's another model which can also generate image for you. 3.5 is not, they does have a model generator, but what it does is it understands the concept behind it. But it can also give instruction that I want to use this kind of a color theme and it's design it for it. Right? Don't know my calendar for today, by the way. This is my calendar for today.
You have to put it on. You have to put here.
So I would say that I'm about to finish the session. So from a student perspective, work on your foundational knowledge, as I said, right? Take up online courses on GenAI. There are a lot of courses that you have from Coursera, you have it from Udemy, you have it from Coursera, right? So take up some courses. Prompt engineering is another place that you can read. Okay. Then, as a student, it's always good that you read books. Okay. So read books, read research papers, articles that are published in this area, right? Then start forming a small group. See how can you contribute towards the fashion industry by leveraging these technologies, right? That's another thing that you can do. And build a community of like-minded people. Focus on ethical use of AI. Okay, so that's important. These are some of the differences. Okay. So there's a prompting guide.ai, right? You see this? This one prompting.ai. This is the first place that you can start with. Okay. We'll have more information available here. Thank you very much for paying attention. I hope last session I did not bore you much, right? I was told in one of the other colleges they have also found a startup cell where a lot of colleges are doing it, where the students are coming up with ideas, they're forming companies, and that's a way that you can sell. Yeah. Thank you everyone for paying attention.
Thank you, sir, for the valuable contribution. I call upon Anita, Department of IT, to deliver out of time.
I extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone. Firstly, I thank our speakers, Mr. Abhishek sir, for enlightening us with knowledge. Secondly, I thank our principal, Dr. V.P. Nandaswamy sir, who stands as pillar of our strength. Next, I thank our administrative officer, Mr. S. Lokesh Kumar sir, for being our guide. Finally, I thank all the faculty and students who had made this session and resounding success. Thank you all.
As we come to the end of our session, let us conclude the seminar with vote of thanks. I request Dr. D. Karthikaman, Head and Associate Professor of Department of Computer Science, to take the vote.
Good evening on all present here. As we draw the curtain for the national seminar on AI for sustainable and inclusive design, a data-driven approach, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to the success and Department of Costume Design and Creation, we the Institute of Arts and Science. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for gracing us with your presence. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the management for their unwavering support and encouragement in organizing this seminar. Thus, their vision and commitment to fostering innovation and sustainable development has been instrumental in making this event a reality. I would like to express our deepest appreciation to our distinguished speakers for this intellectual day, who shared their valuable insights and expertise throughout the seminar. Your valuable inputs help us in broadening our mental horizon on how AI has been harnessed to address pressing societal challenges and drive positive change. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the principal for his guidance and leadership throughout the planning process. His invaluable insights and wisdom have been invaluable in shaping the dash of this seminar. A special note of thanks is also due to our administrative officer who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that all the logistical arrangements were in place and that the event ran smoothly. Their dedication and attention to detail have got unnoticed, and we are truly grateful for their efforts. I would also like to extend our sincere thanks to all the participants for their active engagement, thought-provoking discussions, and enthusiastic participation in various sessions. Your enthusiasm and commitment to exploring innovative solutions to AI are truly inspiring. Furthermore, I extend our gratitude to the organizing committee for their meticulous planning and seamless execution, ensuring the success of the seminar. Their dedication and hard work behind the scenes have been commendable. As we depart from this gathering, let us carry forward the insights gained and the connections made to continue our collective journey towards leveraging AI for sustainable and inclusive design. Together, we can harness the power of technology to create a more equitable and prosperous future to all. Thank you once again to everyone who has contributed to making this webinar a resounding success. We look forward to future collaboration and endeavors aimed at harnessing the potential of AI for the greater good. Thank you one and all. Thank you once again.